and the topic that we are going to discuss today is expanded form of a number, place value, and we would be introducing the number 1000 today. So let's begin with today's topic. So the first thing that we are going to learn today is expanded form of a number, and this is a class 3 topic, NCERT. So for better explanation, here we have a short introduction about how to find the expanded form of a number. Now here we have a number. Look at the number 456. Now if we look at 456, we can see that 4 is in the hundreds column, hence it's called 400. 5 is in the tens column, so it's 50, and 6 in the ones column or the units column, so we just write a 6 for that. So 6 in the units, 5 in the tens, so since we have 5 tens, we call it 50, and since we have 4 hundreds, we call it 400. Now the expanded form of 456 would be 400 plus 50 plus 6. Now let's move on and try a question over here. We have to try writing the expanded form of 782. So if I try writing the expanded form of 782, how would I write that? 782, and if I have to write the expanded form of this number, it would be, since we have 7 in the hundreds column, so we would write 700 plus 8 in the tens column, so 80, plus 2 in the ones column, so we just write a 2 for that. So the expanded form of 782 is 700 plus 80 plus 2. Is it clear? Okay, now let's get to some more practice questions of expanded form. So what if I try writing the expanded form of 345? The expanded form of 345 would be 300, add 40, add 5. Now what if I try writing the expanded form of 407? It would be 400, add, since we don't have any tens, we can avoid writing the tens column, and we can simply write 7. 400 plus 7. Or there's another way to write the expanded form of this number. We can write 400 plus 0 plus 7, like this. So we can write in any way the expanded form of 407. Now let's try writing another number, 112. If I try writing the expanded form of this number, it would be 100, add 10, add 2, which makes 112. So this is how we write the expanded form of various numbers. Now let's get back and let's see what is the next topic that we have to discuss. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to discuss is about place values. So can you tell me what number you will get after adding the cards? So there are 3 cards over here. If you try adding these cards, so what do you think? What would be the value if you try adding these 3 cards? So it's quite easy. We start from biggest digit on 100 we start from the biggest digits, that is the hundreds column. We have 3, In the tens column we have 7 and in the ones column we have 6. So the total would be 376. That is 300 plus 70 plus 6 makes 376. So the place value of 3 is the hundreds column, the place value of 7 is the tens column, and the place value of 6 is the ones column. Now place value is related with expanded form of numbers. We use place value while writing the place value of any number. Let's take another example. Find the place value of each digit in the number 489 and 786. So we have two numbers 489, 786, and we have to find the place value of each digit in these two numbers. So if I start with 489, 4 is in the hundreds column, so 400, 8 in the tens column, so 80, and 9 in the ones column, so we have 9. In the same way, we have 7 in the hundreds column, 8 in the tens column, and 6 in the ones column. So we call it 786. Do you notice the pattern? As we go left, the number of zeros get increased. Okay, now can you see as we go towards the left side of this place value chart, the numbers are getting bigger. They are getting like from 6, if we are going towards the left, it becomes then 80, then 700. If we go on, then 1000, 10,000, 100,000. This is how this would keep going, and the numbers would keep getting bigger as we go towards the left in this place value. So now let's come to a bit of practice questions related to place value chart. So let's say if we have to write the place value of the number underlined digits in these numbers. So I'm writing a few numbers. We have to write the place value of some digits in these numbers, and I would underline those digits with a different color. So we have to write the place value of the underlined digits in these numbers. Now if I start with the first one, the place value of 6 in the number 456 is a 6. Why? Because 6 is in the ones column. So we don't place any 0 after the 6, we will simply write 6. Now the next one, the place value of 7 in the number 678 is a 70. Why? Because the 7 over here, as we can see, it's in the tens column. This is the tens column. So since it's in the tens column, we would add 1 0 after the 7, and this would make 70. Now the next number, the place value of the digit 2 in the number 234 is 200. Why? Because 2 lies in the hundreds column, so we would add 2 zeros after 2, and that would be 200. Now the next one, the place value of 9 in the number 569 is just a 9, because 9 is in the units place, in the ones place. Now the last one, the place value of 0 in the number 708 is the 0. Why is it a 0? Because it's in the tens column, but it doesn't have any value. The 0 has no value. So we would have to write just a 0 as its place value. Now this reminds me of something. Let's say we have a number 203. Now this number has This number has 2 in the hundreds column, zero in the tens column, and 3 in the ones column. So over here, if we check, 2 in the hundreds column, 0 in the tens column, and 3 in the ones column. So if we look at the number carefully, can anyone tell me, if we remove this 0, because 0 is of no value, what if we remove the 0? Is it acceptable? Can we write the number without the 0? And would it give us the same value? Compare the two numbers. Okay, have a look. We have removed the 0 and this became 23. 23 means what? 23 means 2 in the tens column and 3 in the ones column. 2 in the tens column and 3 in the ones column. So here we have 203, which means we had 0 at the tens place, but here we don't have any 0, so the number changed to 23. So it's really important that wherever we don't have any value, we should place a 0 for that, because this 0 acts as a placeholder. It keeps the number correct. Otherwise, if we forget placing this 0, what will happen? The value of the number will change, like we saw over here. 203, if we remove the 0, becomes 23. But we wanted 203, we didn't want 23, right? So placing the 0 is very important when we don't have any digit for any place value. Okay, now let's move on and let's see what is the next topic that we are going to learn. Now we are going to learn about thousands. So So if we talk about the number 1000, look at the number pattern. 996, 997, 998, 999, and what is the next number that will come after 999? What do you think? Let's have a look. What do you think what will come next? So what do you think? What number will come next after 999? It's 1000, that we write as 1000. So we write the number as 1000. This picture having 100 cubes in one block and total blocks are 10. So we can see this picture over here. It is having 100 cubes altogether in one block, and altogether there are 10 blocks. So how many cubes will be there? What do you think? See, one block has 100 cubes, and there are 10 such blocks. So 100 times 10 is 1000. So how many cubes will there be in total? There will be 1000 such cubes. So here is the practice time for those questions. So we can try practicing these questions over there. Okay, let's try practicing these questions over here. So the first question, write the following number in its expanded form. So the first number over here is 236. If I try writing that in expanded form, it would be 200 add 30 add 6. So that's 236. Now the next number that we would be having is 489. So we can write 400 add 80 add 9. 489. Now the next number is 600 add 70 add 2. This makes it 672. Now below that we have another question. Find the place value of each digit in the number 789. So the place value of 7 in this number is 700. The place value of 8 in this number is 80. The place value of 9 in this number is just a 9. So 7 in the hundreds column, so 700, 8 in the tens column, so 80, and 9 in the ones column, so just a 9. Now let's see what is the next practice time question that we have. Okay, let's try these questions over there. Okay, let me. Okay, let us read the question and we would do the solution of this question on that page. In a test in class 3rd, Sameer gets 65 marks out of 100 and Rahim gets 86 marks and Dinesh received 46 marks and Soumya got 72 marks. Who gets highest and who gets lowest marks in these pupils? Order their marks from highest to lowest. Okay, so let's first write how much marks each of the children have got. So Sameer has got 67, so we can write Sameer 67. Then Rahim has got 86. Okay, we have the question over here. So Sameer has got 67 marks, Rahim has got 86, then Dinesh receives 46 and Soumya has got 72 marks. So we can write all the four people's marks over here. First of all, Sameer has got 67, then we have Rahim, he has got 86. Then we have Dinesh, who has got 46, and at last we have Soumya, she has got 72 marks. So these are the four children and these are their marks. So if we try comparing these four, so whose is the lowest? We have to arrange them, order their marks from highest to lowest. So whose marks are the highest? It's Rahim. So we would write 86 first. Then the next one is Soumya, she has got 72. The next one is Sameer, he has got 67. And the last one is Dinesh, he has got 46 marks. So these are the 4 children and these are their marks. Now the second question over here, the second question says circle the number which having digit up to 1000 column. We have to circle the numbers that have thousands. So as we can see over here, the first one is 456. So 456 will not have 1000, so that's not correct. That will not be circled. The next one is 3025. So 3025 will be circled since it has a number in the thousands column. Then 1569 will be circled since it has a digit in the thousands column. Okay, so this was about a few practice questions that we did. Let's see what we have further. Now along with that, what we can do, we can practice a bit more of the number having thousands. So 3456, this one has 3 in the thousands column. Yes. Then 4769, this one has 4 in the thousands column. 5678, this one has 5 in the thousands column. 3678, this one has 3 in the thousands column. So there are various numbers and they have various digits in the thousands column. Now if we try comparing two numbers, which we would be learning in the next session as well, comparing two numbers up to thousands. Let's say one is 4678 and the other number is 9780. How would we compare these two numbers? We would look at the first digits of both the numbers. So the first digits of both the numbers, this one has 4 and this one has 9. So we would compare the 4 and the 9. So what do you think, which one is bigger, 4000 or 9000? Which one is bigger? Definitely 9000 is bigger. So that means 9780 is bigger. This is what we have to learn about comparing numbers up to thousands. If you remember, in the previous math session we learned about comparing numbers up to hundreds. So this was comparing numbers up to thousands. Okay, so we have finished our 3 topics that we had to do today. We would be learning more about thousands in the next session, and now I would like to show you all this Justtutors website. So for more test papers, like you can go to test your knowledge, you can choose your board from here. Let's say your CBSE board. You can select your class and you can practice these questions of various chapters provided to you, and all of them are free of cost. You can visit to our worksheets as well. So you can select your board, you can select your subject, then your class, and you will get the worksheets of all the chapters that you have, CBSE worksheets that we have, and these are all free of cost. And you can also take access to your free study material. You can choose your, let's say you have CBSE board, so you can choose your class, and you can visit to our free study material that we provide on Justtutors. So please don't forget to visit to our website. This would be really helpful for you, and if you liked this session, please don't forget to like, subscribe and share with your friends. Let's meet in the next session with another